No sign of him yet?
No.
Nick, what makes you so sure it's Browse we're after?
One of the newest hands at the ranch is why.
That's no reason, though.
Well, he told me himself he used to hang around Cherokee Strip.
Well, so did I once. That don't make a man a thief.
Well, I got it all figured out. Scientifically, right from this book.
Isn't that one of the books Jared brought home?
That's right. And this Winfield, he's got it all figured out. Says you can spot a criminal by his face. His ears, for example.
By his what?
His ears. Now, the way I make it out is that you draw a line straight back from a man's eye. And if his ear falls below that line, he's a criminal.
That's all?
That's it. So, we started missing things around the ranch, and, well, I started taking a closer look at all the hands.
And you came up with Bill Browse?
He's got the lowest ears. Quiet. Shh. Well, we'll see who laughs now. It's Bill Browse.
Gotcha. What? Heath, what'd I tell you? What? What's wrong? Look at that.
Low ears.
Browse, what are you doing out here?
What do you mean, what am I doing out here?
Just answer the question.
Now, look, I didn't do nothing wrong.
What's going on here?
We just caught ourselves a thief.
Nick, Briles and I rode out here together looking for you.
He could still be the thief.
Nick, not 20 minutes ago, somebody broke into the tack room and stole 4 of our best saddles. That's what we rode out here to tell you.
Well, now, how do you know it wasn't him?
Because he was standing right beside me when it happened.
Oh.
Nick, why don't you let the sheriff handle these things?
Do that, will you, Nick?
Maybe you got it wrong, Nick. Maybe we're supposed to be on the lookout for people with high ears.
Chapter 4, Suspects. Find out.
I'd say it's hot enough for a beer.
You buying?
All right.
Well, what do you know? I gotta go over to the office first, sign a couple of papers.
And I'll wait inside.
Nick, you'd have just about enough time to go see the sheriff.
Oh, I'll get around to that. Oh, by the way, here's something you can have.
Winfield, huh? So that's what that ear business was all about.
A lot he knows.
Well, if you'd asked, Nick, before you ran off playing detective, I could have told you there's no proof his system works.
I got proof it don't.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, mate. Oh, what's all the excitement? Beer. No, whiskey. Whiskey.
You catch your thief?
Just pour the whiskey.
You didn't catch him.
Anyone ask you?
I never knew you detective fellows were so temperamental.
Maggie, I remember the good old days when bartenders used to mind their own business.
I remember the good old days, too. You know, there hasn't been a big spender in here since the 4th of July.
Well, here's the big spender. Right.
The town's full of drovers now, and they don't get paid until all cattle are sold. Well, nothing to do but wait.
Well, your waiting's through, lady. Here, play some. You, dance?
Why not? I think we better sit this one out.
I just saw you want a little excitement, honey.
Watch it, Sonny. Say, how old are you anyhow?
Old enough, sister. Hey, there's enough here to set him up for everybody.
Wait a minute, boy. Put that money back in your pocket.
Hey, why don't you stick your nose back into your own business, mister? What's the matter? Didn't you hear me?
You put that bottle back up here on this bar. Right now.
Listen, don't worry about it, mister. There's enough here to buy this whole stinking place.
I don't care how much is there. I don't sell to kids. Now give me that bottle. Here.
Now, you don't want to shoot the best bartender in Stockton, do you? I told you to cut it out now. Hold it.
Well, bunch of real sports, huh? What's your name, mister?
Who, me? Nick. Nick Barkley. Oh, what's yours?
Danny. Just Danny. And you'll want to remember that, Barkley.
Oh, Danny, I sure will remember it. Here, you take this gun, put it back in your holster, and leave it there. Now, you better get on home before your folks start wondering where you are.
Who's the desperado?
You were lucky you weren't gunned down. Harry, give my brother here something for his nerves, will you?
You know, I think I've seen that kid somewhere before.
That kid's hard to overlook. Give me one, too, will you, Harry?
What was going on?
Well, first of all, he came in here, he's going to buy the place a drink. Then he's going to buy the place. Then he's going to shoot Harry.
Sheriff catches him running around with that gun on, he's going to be in a mess of trouble.
Oh, he and Trouble aren't too much strangers, I'm afraid.
You know, Nick, he reminds me of somebody I used to know.
Yeah, who?
You, when you were about that age.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir. I can remember you getting bailed out of quite a few scrapes when you were no older than he is.
Two of a kind, huh?
Wiggins.
Wiggins who?
Well, that's what that boy's name is, Daniel Wiggins. I can remember I did some legal work for his parents when they moved here about a year ago.
What kind of parents let a boy out like that?
They probably don't know who he is. I think it was a doctor, Mrs. Wiggins. I made some kind of a financial arrangement to keep him in school up in San Francisco. They live out on the north side of town, just beyond the stage stop.
Well, that boy doesn't straighten out. He's never going to see the best side of 16.
Oh, he'll probably grow out of it, grow up to be mayor.
Mm-hmm, probably.
Nick, speaking of city officials, when are you going to go see the sheriff?
I was going to go over there,
Well, of course not. If you're a little too embarrassed to let him know that you've been doing detective work on your own, I'll be
I'm going. And Harry, he's buying.
Yes?
Oh, howdy. You Mrs. Ray Wiggins?
Yes, what is it?
Well, my name's Nick Barkley. And, well, I know it's none of my business, but it's about your son, Danny.
What on earth are you talking about?
Well, he seems to be making quite a show of himself around town, and I thought maybe you and the good doctor should know about it before he gets into trouble.
Mr. Barkley, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a son.
Well, but you just said that...
I believe my wife was quite explicit, sir. We do not have a son. Now, good day, sir.
Heath around?
No.
No.
Well, what'd he say?
Who?
Who? The sheriff.
Oh, the sheriff. Well, I got so busy in town that,
Nick?
Jared, you said that Dr. and Mrs. Wiggins live out by the old stage stop, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I went out to see them. You know what they told me?
No, I don't know what they told you.
They didn't even have a son.
Well, they do.
Well, now, why would they say such a thing, then?
I don't know, but what I am interested in is what the sheriff intends to do about our 2 missing horses and 5 of our best saddles.
Will you stop pushing? I intend telling him.
When?
Nick, are you going to help me move that herd south or not?
Heath, you're the one I've been waiting for. Come on, let's go.
Nick!
You coming? Where have you been?
Oh, out there in the barn getting the gear ready.
In the barn? Ain't no work in the barn. The work's out where I am.
You sure get in a hurry.
Hey! My saddle. It's gone.
Brushed out again?
Yeah, this thief must be half Indian.
He sure knows how to cover tracks.
It's got that saddle broke in good, too. Looks like I'm going to have to break in another one. Hold it. I think it's best I went see the sheriff. Come on, Coco. Get up, yeah. Yeah.
4 days. You finally get around to telling me about it.
There were reasons, Fred.
Yeah, sure. That's all you're missing?
Up till now, I haven't checked in the past 10 minutes.
Get in line and take your turn.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, it means this, Nick. For the last 2 weeks, there's been a rash of thievery. Every outlying ranch for 15 miles has been hit.
You think it's a gang or something?
I don't know. Well, there have been some drovers in town, but I haven't made up my mind yet.
No clues, nothing?
Nothing. Nobody's heard anything. Nobody's seen anything. I circled every ranch looking for tracks. The few tracks I found just petered out before they led anywhere.
Heath and I had the same kind of luck.
Nick, I'll do the best I can.
Thank you, Fred. I'll see you later.
Boy, I want words with you. I said I wanted words with you, boy.
Well, I don't want none with you.
Don't you get smart with me.
Just stay away from me.
Why'd you come back here?
Well, I'll tell you. I knew you'd be worried about me. Daddy. You touch me one more time and I'll blow your head off.
You murderous little savage. Get out of this town before something happens. Go away, for your mother's sake.
What are you whispering about, huh? You afraid somebody's gonna hear? She's my mother! She's my...
Denny! It's Nick Barkley. I want to talk to you.
Well, I should have figured.
Why did you follow me, Barkley?
You set that trap for me out there.
Uh-huh. Sioux deer trap. You walked right into it. Visitors not welcome. You sure were hanging high and loose out there.
Trap a man like you trap a wild animal. That's very funny. This whole roof would come down on top of you. You know that.
Well, just so you know.
You steal all this stuff, did you?
Uh-huh.
What are you, 14 years old?
You recognize this, Barkley?
It's my saddle.
I told you in the saloon you'd have reason to remember me.
I sure can pick the ones to help out, can't I?
I don't need any help.
You sure did when you got into it with your old man in the middle of that street.
If you'd left us alone, I'd have killed him.
Your own father.
He's not my father. Now shut up about it.
Now that you got me here, what do you plan on doing with me?
I ain't decided.
Well, now, sooner or later, you're gonna have to turn me loose.
You sure about that? Now, let's see. What do you want for supper? Canned beef? Truffles? Caviar?
Caviar?
Well, it's a little too fancy for a Barkley, isn't it? All right, we'll just have beans.
Do you know where you are?
Sure. Worked out mine.
Not worked out. Abandoned.
What's the difference?
There's a big difference. This is the old Ophir mine. 16 men were buried alive here. That's why they closed it up. This whole mountain's faulted and shifting.
Well, then nobody will come nosing around, will they? You know, you never did answer about why you followed me.
What difference does that make? Let's get back to this little business of yours, shall we? How to get rid of all this stuff?
Well, you see, I sell this junk cheap to storekeepers. They don't ask questions as long as they make a neat profit. We're all thieves together.
Is that what you plan to be when you grow up? A thief?
I just practice what the good book says. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I've had mighty good teachers.
You seen Nick?
I figure you left early.
His bed wasn't slept in last night.
Maybe you met a pretty girl in town last night.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we better take a little look around for him. If he shows up grinning, full of some wild story, you can help me break his foolish neck.
Keep shaking there, you won't have to worry about ever getting loose. Well, I got it figured out now what I'm gonna do with you.
I'm afraid I'm not going to bring very much from your business partners.
No, probably not. But how much you figure you're worth to your family?
What are you getting at?
Well, I figure I'll ransom you.
I'm afraid I'm not going to bring much there either.
Well, I'm not greedy. Now, let's see. I need enough to get me set up in style somewhere else. But not so much that they're going to have trouble getting it in cash.
Danny, you know what you're talking about. You're talking about kidnapping. Now, there's a big difference in that and stealing things to trade for food to eat.
You think that sheriff's going to see the difference?
There's a big difference. They catch up with you on something like this, well, I can't help you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what you followed me out here to do, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just untie those ropes and you'll make everything all right.
I could try, Danny. Danny, I could try. I could say I got thrown off my horse and you found me and helped me out, and that's all that happened. They'll believe me.
$5,000. That's what they're going to believe, Barkley. $5,000. Now, let's see here. To the Barkleys. If you want Nick back alive, get $5,000 in cash, have Mrs. Barkley deliver to Indian Springs at noon today. I'll be watching. No trick. Or no Nick. There. That ought to do it.
Yeah, that ought to do it. First step to you being hanged.
Catching a Sioux ain't that easy.
You're no Sioux.
That's where you're wrong. Danny Running Dog, that's me.
Danny Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Yeah.
That's his name, not mine. He's her husband, that's all he is.
Who's your father?
Maybe these looks of mine got you fooled. My father was an Indian.
Running Dog.
It was his name. He took my mother from a wagon train. Later, they rescued her. When I was born, she wouldn't even look at me.
So they sent you away?
Yeah, but I kept running off to go back to her. She hated me. I never could understand why. And then he told me. Told me who I really was. $5,000, Barkley. That's all I'm gonna think about now.
Heath, it's Nick's horse. I'd say we don't have much choice. Get the sheriff.
No.
You don't think you're going out there alone?
Yes, I am, just as soon as you bring me the money from the bank.
Now, look, we don't know who we're dealing with
We are
here.
dealing with Nick's life.
I'm aware of that, Mother, but we're not going to save his life by doing what that note says.
The note says if you want Nick back alive. Now, that seems plain enough.
No, it isn't plain enough. Believe me, I know something about the pattern of kidnappers. They're scared. Once they get the money, they usually kill their victims so they can't identify them.
Nick is safe as long as he's of value. After that, there's no telling.
Well, last year, when they kidnapped the Tompkins boy, they let him go.
They probably felt sorry for him. But it's more likely they knew he was too young to identify them.
We could hide out early near Indian Springs. Catch him as he picks up the money.
And if you don't, if something goes wrong? I don't want to do anything that will jeopardize any chance Nick might have.
All right. We'll get the money.
Jared, Heath. Get the sheriff.
You still worried about your neck?
Both our necks.
Well, they have that note by now. Next thing, they'll hightail it into town and get that money out of the bank. You know, you ain't near as talkative as you were.
I was just thinking about how much alike you and I are. No, I'm serious. I remember when I was about your age, my father gave me a horse. And he told me the day I learned to ride that horse, I'd become a man.
Yeah, and I suppose you went right out and rode him, huh?
No, that old horse threw me farther than most crows fly. It's quite a horse, though. I remember I used to go into the barn at night to sleep just to be near him.
You know that I'm not interested in your horse or your story.
Oh, I love that animal. But he didn't love me too much, though. One time I went in to curry and groom him. He liked to kill me. Something about that horse, he just hated the sight of me. So I decided that I'd hate him just as much as he hated me. I took my rifle, and I went into the barn, and I aimed that old rifle right between his eyes. I couldn't pull the trigger.
Why not?
Because I found I still loved him. And all of a sudden I understood there was nothing I could do about the way he felt about me. So I knew what I had to do. I had to walk away from him. I had to forget him. I had to start thinking of something else, something bigger, something more important to do with my life. I had to go on living, Danny. For myself.
I'd have pulled the trigger.
Planning to shoot my mother, are you?
No, it's your brothers I'll be looking out for.
Danny, supposing all this goes according to your plan, you get the money, then what?
Hold up here till dark and get as far away as I can before morning.
What about me?
First town I go through, I'll drop a note to your folks, tell them where to find you.
Danny, hold up a minute. Wait a minute. Look, it's not too late, you know. You can call this whole thing off. I know nothing about the law, but my brother's a lawyer. He does. And, well, maybe between he and myself, well, we can straighten this thing out for you. Leastwise, we'll stick with you.
I can't. I haven't got any choice now. Can't you understand that?
Take cover in these rocks here.
I'll take care of the horses.
We got 2 hours. Wish I could tell you it was going to seem shorter.
Just as long as he shows up.
What are you doing here?
Just hunt rabbits, sir.
Well, hunt them someplace else.
Sure, Sheriff, but what's happening? What's going on?
Never mind. Get back there and stay out of sight.
Yes, sir.
Look!
Let's get the horses.
Our horses, they're gone.
$5,000.
Maybe you can use that to buy over your mother. There's $1,000 to make her admit you exist.
Shut up!
And another $1,000 to make her look at you.
I'm warning you.
And you can always use the rest of it to make her love you.
I said shut up!
Well, that's the end of the tracks.
Well, at least we know he was in this area. Fan out, keep your eyes open.
Danny! Danny, you all right? Can you move?
Can you move your legs?
I guess we're in somewhat of a mess, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
You know, there's no reason for you to believe me now. But I was gonna leave a knife where you could get to it. With a little work.
Why, Danny?
I don't know for sure. But it doesn't matter now.
It matters, Danny. It matters. We're both gonna get out of here together.
It's too late, Nick.
No, Danny. It's not too late. It's never too late.
Danny, the cleaver. The cleaver over there, can you reach it? It's right next to your right arm. Try to reach it. Reach out for it. That's it. Come on, Danny. Try. Come on, boy. Danny, your gun. Can you reach your gun? Can you get to it? It'll give you more reach. Throw it over here.
Now get out of here!
Come on, Danny, we're going out of here together. Look, Danny. I can't promise you that your mother will ever change, but I'll help you, Danny. Our whole family will.
No. Now you try and move me, and the rest of that ceiling's gonna come down.
Danny, we're going out of here together. Besides, Black Irishman and half Indian. That's a team that's pretty hard to beat. What do you say? Come on.
still couldn't find him?
Oh, we looked everywhere.
Including the saloon.
I thought he liked it here.
He did.
Maybe he was just putting on an act.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Neither do I. You wouldn't run out on me.
Well, and I feel, Nick, that he wouldn't be the first backslider we've run into.
Still think something's happened to him.
Why don't we give the back range one more circle?
All right. Well, what happened to you?
Miss Barkley, I know it cost plenty squaring all the things I took, so I dug this up for you.
You mean to tell me you went back into that mine after I gave you orders not to, knowing full well that a good sneeze and the whole thing had come down on top of you? Don't you listen to anything?
As late as it's getting.
Tell you what. I go down further down the line and you follow up here.
That's what I figured.
What's that?
Well, that just gives me about twice as much fence to check as you.
Well, you're young and healthy.
It'll be dark before I'm through. Maybe I'll spend the night in the lion shack. Come on in the morning.
Suit yourself.
Barkley?
What can I do for you?
Remove your weapon.
Look, if you fellas are figuring on robbing me, well, I gotta...
Silence! Now hear my words. On the morrow, you'll stand before a tribunal of my people to be tried on a charge of murder.
For murder?
There's no more to be said. Now get on your horse.
Look, mister, I don't know what kind of loco talk you're making, but
Enough! He'll be punished properly at the trial. Now put him on his horse. Hurry! The day wanes and we must travel far.
Well, are you ever gonna move it?
All right, that's 3. Now you want to try for 4?
You just caught me when I was very tired from riding a fence all day.
Saddest story I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Isn't Heath here yet? Dinner will be spoiled if we wait much longer.
No, and as late as it is, I doubt if he'll be coming in at all.
Well, we'd better eat then. Although I must say, I don't like the idea of his eating from a tin can in that lime shack.
Especially if he knew we were having a beef roast.
The truth of the matter is, I think Heath was looking for an excuse to spend the night out on the range.
You're probably right. Heath told me that once in a while he likes to be off by himself, do a little thinking. Says it makes him appreciate it more when he gets back.
It is?
Pig! Kill him. Kill him right now!
You'd find no gratification in such an action, my child.
Yes, I would.
Silence! When the sun rises, then will he be judged.
And punished according to the laws of our people.
So be it. Now fetch him some food, child. Into the cage.
Wait a minute. See what else he's got.
All right. Uh-oh, looky here.
Hey, that's real nice.
Give me that.
How much money you got there, Brother Cyrus?
It counts to better than $20. Look. Hey, ain't that a lot for him?
You know, Brother Cyrus, 5 years of living with a man as sick as her husband was in this long period of mourning, well, it ain't good for either her or you.
I know, Brother Benjamin. I know. And I aim to speak to Brother Hammett about that.
Quiet, brethren. We will begin. State your name.
You know my name.
This court has been convened, Heath Barkley, to judge you on a charge of murder. Have you anything to say before sentence is passed?
I don't know what this is all about. But if you think I murdered somebody, then you should turn me over to the sheriff.
No. You killed one of our people. Therefore, you should be tried by our laws. I am no judge, and they're your jurors.
I tell you, there's some mistake. I didn't kill anybody.
You killed this woman's husband.
When?
5 days ago.
Mister, you're wrong. 5 days ago, I was home working on my family's ranch, and I can prove that.
He died 5 days ago from a bullet you put in him 5 years ago.
What are you talking about?
His name was Joshua, and he was a man of peace. Yet on the 3rd day of March in the year 1872, while passing by night on the road near White Springs, you accosted him, attempted to rob him, and then shot him. If you deny this, you lie.
I don't deny I was around White Springs about that time. And I shot at someone. The man was trying to rob me. I was bedded down for the night, and he was trying to steal my horse.
Silence. Then you admit you shot Joshua.
I only admit that I shot at someone. I don't know who. I don't even know if I hit him or not.
Your mark was true. The bullet lodged in his back. It could not be removed. It slowly spread poison in his system until that poison killed him.
He was paralyzed from it. He had no feeling from the waist down. He feel nothing, nothing at all. He couldn't walk. He couldn't do anything. For 5 years, he was like that.
I had to carry him. Every place he went, like a little baby.
But can't you understand? I didn't murder him. I was only protecting myself and what was mine.
It's Joshua's word against yours.
But he's dead. Look, can't you see I'm not the kind of man that goes around robbing and killing people? Doesn't anybody believe me?
What say you, brethren? Does he speak the truth? So be it. Heath Barkley, you have been found guilty as charged.
I tell you, I'm not guilty.
Your sentence has been prescribed. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, and foot for foot. Therefore, as you have taken away life, you must replace it with your own.
You can't kill me for something I didn't do.
I did not say you'd been put to death. I said you must replace it with your own life. You will replace the one that's been taken from us.
What do you mean by that?
In time, perhaps you will learn the goodness of our ways. We are a simple people. We ask for little and take only what Providence provides. We live in righteous fear and look upon one another for sustenance. You, therefore, will provide as Joshua provided.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
By your hand, this woman was left without support or provision. Accordingly now, you will serve her as you directed.
What do you mean, as I'm directed? You can't make me serve her or anybody else.
You will do as you are told, work as you are directed, and live out your days in penance. In doing so, you have been given your only hope for salvation.
What's it gonna be, Brother Berkeley? You gonna behave yourself so as we can get along?
Tell him what to do.
I need wood for my fire. It gets cold at night, and I like a nice big fire.
Come on.
Well, now, this is hard to figure.
Why?
Why Heath didn't get to this part of the fence. I left him just a little beyond here.
Maybe he went after some new wire.
If he wanted wiry to come home for it, he wouldn't have stayed at the line shack.
Might be trying to get in some extra bunk time.
Uh-huh. Well, now, we'll just see to that.
And on the other hand, maybe he isn't.
That enough?
I said I liked a big fire.
That's right, you did. Well, I can't say as I blame you. Warm fire can be kind of comforting to someone who's alone.
Helps.
I'm sorry.
What for?
That you lost your man. That you're alone. No woman should be like that.
Listen, don't you try to soft talk me.
I just said I'm sorry. And I am.
You waste water like it was real easy to get. Well, it ain't. It's got to be carried up from the lake. So from now on, that'll be your job. Now, you get back into your cage. Evening, Bettina. You got enough wood?
For a while. I brung us food.
Well, I'd say that's right fine if I was an old hog. Yeah, lie down there and slop it up.
Don't. If you kill him, you'll be doing him a favor.
All right. I don't want to do him no favors. Bettina, sit down. I want to talk.
What's about?
About you and me. About what I've been saying to Brother Hemet. It ain't right. Us two being the only ones hereabouts that ain't... Bettina, you know I got a feeling for you, don't you?
You forget I'm in mourning for a year.
Well, Brother Hemet could fix that if you was of a mind.
I don't think so.
Time, woman. Just give it a little more time.
Yeah, I sent Collins out to scrape up some more men. He's going to meet us down at the West Gate.
We'll find him. Don't you worry, we'll find him.
It's been 2 nights, Jared.
We know.
Folk, maybe. But you gotta remember, we got a lot of mighty thirsty horses back to camp. So you just keep right on hauling. You and me and Brother Hemet's going to ride down the valley tonight.
What about him?
If we ain't back by morning, Brother David will keep him busy.
I reckon her seeing him work like that kind of satisfies the hate she's got for him.
Just so it don't satisfy it too much.
Where are they going?
Hunting.
At night?
There's fresh meat in the valley.
I mean, there are cattle herds in this valley. Straight all over at this time of year.
If a dumb animal has guided us, we accept it as a gift of Providence. Here's your food.
Providence, huh? Well, that kind of thinking might explain a lot of things.
What do you mean?
Nothing. But if I wait long enough, maybe Providence will provide me with something a little more digestible. Good night. Come along, Brother David.
You're wasting your time. There's nothing under that dirt but rock. Besides, you couldn't get far anyway. Cyrus's dogs won't allow it. They'd catch you and tear you apart if you tried to escape.
Is that for me? Providence moves in mysterious ways.
You'd be no good to me or anyone else if you didn't eat.
That's the kind of stuff Hemet lets you read?
Nobody knows I have it. I found it. You been to places like that?
San Francisco, Barbary Coast, sure, lots of times.
Is it a place of sin?
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Those women. You find them attractive?
Well, I suppose so. Of course, there's a lot of different ways a woman is attractive to a man.
Am I attractive?
I'd say so. To men like Cyrus and some of those others.
I don't care about them. I'm asking you.
Well, I might be able to give you a better answer if you'd clean yourself up and started looking the way a woman should.
Fred.
Evening, Victoria. Still no luck. Now, Nick and Jared asked me to come by and tell you they're going to bed down the lion shack tonight. And we'll all start looking again at sunup.
Well, thank you very much. I guess I'll go to bed now. Good night.
Good night.
Who's there? Leave whoever you are before you're shamed. You hear me? Come on.
You can't escape. If you run, they'll kill you.
They can't kill me if they can't find me.
I'll tell them.
No, you won't. Not if you're any kind of a woman, you won't.
How do you know what kind of woman I am? Listen, you can find out. If you see I can speak to Hemi.
No.
Please. I'll do anything you want.
I'm sorry.
They'll find you. They'll bring you back. And you'll be sorry.
Where's Barkley?
He attacked David and he ran off over there.
You take this road. I'll circle above. Bartley, you move one step closer to that horse and I'll be forced to blow your brains out. Temper justice with mercy, Cyrus. Let him down. Now understand me. We are not of a savage nature, but rather a gentle people. For we believe that forgiveness is better than revenge or punishment. I hope by now that you have learned the hopelessness of trying to escape. For the next time, your punishment will not be so simple.
Seeing as how you people are so gentle, so understanding. My family. Their minds are to be set at ease. At least let them know they don't have to worry about me anymore. I mean, you'd expect the same consideration, wouldn't you?
It would weigh heavy on my conscience if others suffered because of your sins. What have you that they may know, would recognize?
I had a coin on a chain. He took it.
Give it to me. I will consider the matter. I'll see him to his tasks. And be wary.
All right, move. You ain't even finished hauling water. Move!
It is only right that his family be set to ease.
It's like he's just vanished. We're running out of places to look.
You sound like you're giving up.
Nobody's giving up, Mother. It's just that the men, well, they're getting tired and they want to get back
Well,
to
then
work.
get other riders.
We already have.
There'll be a dozen men here ready to ride at sunup. Good night, Mother.
Good night, Mother.
It's his lucky coin.
The living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything.
You would do well to put Heath Barkley from your memory. He is as a dead man.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute. It says as a dead man.
Not is a dead man.
Hey, seeing as how he's so close to Stockton, what do you say we go on in and have a little refreshment?
I say that's a good idea. A real good idea.
Go away. Let me sleep.
I brought you some coffee. Please, I want to speak to you.
Some other time.
I say again what I said by the lake. I could make life better for you. I could speak to Emmett.
What about?
About you're taking me for your wife. Is it so much to your dislike? I bathed for you. You saw me. And my hair, I washed it and combed it. Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Then you like me as a woman.
There's a lot more goes into being a woman than just taking a bath and combing her hair.
I feel like a woman. When men look at me, I feel like a woman.
What men? Cyrus, some of those others? They're not men, they're animals.
My husband was just like them. I married him because I was told to. I didn't love him, I couldn't. For a long time, I thought I could never love anyone. Any man. Because I thought they were all like that. But now I'm not sure. You looked at me by the lake and you said, I'm sorry. Please, I don't want your pity.
Wake up, child. Wake up, I say.
You gotta understand, Brother Hammond, it wasn't his fault.
He partook of liquor, did he not?
Well, that's what I mean. It was the liquor. You know how it makes him. He couldn't help himself.
That'll be all, Brother Benjamin. Ah, my child. What is it? Did you not sleep well?
I was restless.
It's understandable, very understandable. Considering the trying times you've endured, a woman all alone without... My child, I've decided it'd be wrong for you to suffer any longer. A woman is only made whole by the bonds of marriage, and that's how it should be.
You wish me to remarry so soon?
I wish only for your happiness. Therefore, I decree that your period of mourning be ended. And on the morrow's sun, I will bind you in wedlock to Brother Cyrus.
Cyrus?
Who else among us is without a woman, or she without a man? It is ordained. Come now. Be happy for your salvation from loneliness.
As you wish.
That's better. Now,
About the money your departed husband left you. I believe it was $100, was it not?
Yes.
I'll need $50 of it as a dowry for Brother Cyrus. Now.
Now? I don't understand.
He's been put in jail in Stockton. The money is necessary for his release. And what better use could the money be put to than in behalf of one's betrothed?
I get it. May I go with you? I need cloth for a proper wedding dress.
I'll have the wagon hitched. Be ready in 5 minutes now.
Question about it, this gives us reason to hope. I'll round up the men and meet you out at the ranch in about an hour, all right?
We'll be ready.
Come on.
Now you go purchase your cloth while I get Cyrus.
What's that?
That's called perfume. Here, have a sniff.
How much is it?
The small bottle's $1.
$1. Stuff sure just smell good. You sure do have a lot of nice things in this store.
Why don't you take a look around? You don't have to buy anything you don't want.
Thank you.
Peace, brother.
That purplish cloth sure is pretty.
I'm afraid it's very costly. It isn't cloth, it's pure silk.
I need something like that for my wedding dress. See, I want it to look like this.
Bettina, we're ready to go.
I'm sorry, I'm still looking.
She was just showing me a picture of the dress she wants to make.
A dress like that is not for you. It's the cloth of a Scarlet woman. This is more fitting. What is the price?
$3.
Pay for it and keep us waiting no longer.
I'll get your size.
Please, I have to hurry.
Audra had that dress made for this photograph last year.
There's no doubt about it. It had to be torn from the family photograph.
Heath carried one around like that in his wallet, only smaller, same as me. What I'd like to know is where'd the girl get it?
Fred, have you got any idea where they might be camping now?
Well, this being the dry season of the year, I'd expect they'd be back in the hills near the lake. At least that's where they camped 2 years ago.
Well, you take your boys and try Blue Lake, and we'll take ours and get you.
All right.
Good night, Brother David.
Good night, Brother Cyrus.
You miss me today, Brother Berkeley? Well, don't you worry. Because after Bettina and me gets married in the morning, we'll have the rest of the day. Just you and me. And the next after. For just as long as you say. Bettina. Bettina, you hear me?
I'm in bed, Cyrus. What do you want?
Well, I come to say goodnight.
Thank you, good night.
That's all?
I'm very tired, Cyrus. I'm going to sleep now.
Well, all right. Good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Call it perfume. Is it too much?
Well, considering the rest of this place, no. It's kind of nice. Cyrus should be pleased.
I didn't buy it for Cyrus. I bought it, well, to prove to you that I can be a woman.
Bettina, you are a woman. It's just that...
What? That I'm not enough of a woman? You could teach me. I can learn. It takes a man to teach a woman, doesn't it? The others, Cyrus, and even the man that was my husband. You were right when you said they're animals.
But you're marrying Cyrus tomorrow.
I can't marry him if I'm not here, can I?
You'd run? To where?
Anywhere you take me. I know where they keep the key to the padlock.
We'd need horses.
I can get them.
What about the dogs?
I'll take care of them.
Understand one thing. In case you want to change your mind. Now, there are laws. Civilized laws that'll keep them from taking you back. And I'll see to it. And I'll help you get a new start. But as for me, I'm not part of the bargain.
You're a man, Heath Barkley. The only man I've ever known. And I'm learning already. I think I would be disappointed if you were part of the bargain.
Well, there's nothing around here. Let's try Pine Lake. It's 2 miles on up.
one. Pretty one. All picked out. But him wouldn't.
She's dead.
Yeah. It's his fault she's dead.
All right, hold it right there. Throw him down, boys.
You all right?
I'm all right. This girl was to be wed on the morrow. Why? Why, in the name of justice, couldn't the bullet have found you instead of her? She was trying to help you escape, wasn't she? Why? Why? For 5 years, her heart cried out for vengeance. You're wrong. It wasn't vengeance. You corrupted her. The days you spent with her, you stole into her mind like the serpent of Eden. You made her see evil as good. No. I just gave her a chance to see herself as she could be. As a woman. You turned her against her own people. Against the memory of her own husband. Against living here in darkness. The darkness is outside in your world, where sin and temptation blot out God's light. We kept Bettina away from Satan's reach. And away from life. There's a lot that's bad in the world. But hiding from it isn't the answer. You've got to fight it. And in the meantime, enjoy all the good. You see, Bettina wasn't trying to free me nearly as much as she was trying to free herself and begin to live. You understand, I have to report what happened here to the sheriff. I understand.
It's like being in the middle of a cyclone. This town is going to have one big headache in the morning.
Sorry, haven't even got a closet left, folks.
Oh, we have a reservation, the Barclays.
Oh, Victoria and Audrey. I never forget a reservation.
What is all this?
Cattle, Mrs. Barkley. Cattle, pure and simple. Every rancher with more than one steer is looking to make a sale. Buyers all the way from Denver fighting for the honor of paying top dollar.
Well, congratulations. Tired?
A little. These your bags, ma'am?
Yes, that's right.
Now, if there's anything you ladies want, just holler. Nobody'll hear you, but it's good for the lungs.
What time does the connecting stage to Stockton leave?
First thing in the morning. Rooms 3738 for Mrs. Barkley and her daughter.
Thank you.
Excuse me, but you two ladies wouldn't happen to be cattle buyers, would you?
Sorry.
So am I.
Who's got 37?
I do.
I'll be out of your way in a minute.
Well, let me know when you want to have dinner.
In about an hour.
I hope you'll be comfortable, Mrs. Barkley. This door leads directly to your daughter's room.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Audra, I'm sorry. I fell asleep and... Audra, why didn't you tell me you changed your room? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, hello again, ma'am.
I thought this young lady was my daughter. I didn't mean to intrude.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Yes, Miss Barkley?
Could you please tell me what room my daughter is in now?
Who?
My daughter, Audra.
Your daughter?
Well, she was in 37, the one next to mine, but I was just there and all her clothes are gone.
No, ma'am.
What does that mean?
She wasn't in 37.
Well, of course she was.
That room's been empty for 2 days.
Look, Mr.
Gates. George Gates.
Mr. Gates, I realize everybody's in a playful mood, but I'm just a little too tired to join in. Now, what room is she in?
Mrs. Barkley, I'm not as fresh as a daisy myself, so suppose we both stop playing.
You helped us check in just a few hours ago. A very pretty young girl with long blonde hair.
Mrs. Barkley, if your daughter was in this hotel, she must have come in a suitcase. I never forget a reservation.
That's what you said when we registered.
You won't find her name in there.
Why not?
Because she never signed it.
Where is she?
There must be some mistake.
There is, and you made it.
Mrs. Barkley, your daughter was never in that room or in this hotel. Why don't you get a good rest? Things will look a lot clearer in the morning.
There's one thing you can't remove.
What?
Her perfume. The odor is still in that room.
Well, I was up in that room myself not more than an hour ago. I didn't smell a thing.
I'm sure you didn't, but I did. Now, I know that perfume. I bought it for her. Do I have to go to the sheriff?
Only if you want to cause trouble.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, until I find my daughter. I want to see the sheriff.
You're looking at him.
Oh, I need your help.
People come banging through that door this time of night. Usually do.
It's my daughter. She's missing.
Lady, half the world's missing something. The other half looking for it.
Something has happened to her.
What?
I don't know. That's why I came here.
Calm down and tell me about it.
Well, we were on our way to Stockton. That's where
Would
we...
you like some coffee?
No.
Mind if I have some?
Sheriff.
You got the floor.
We registered at the hotel to wait for the next stage. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, Audra's room was empty.
Not your daughter?
Yes, everything was gone. Her suitcase, her clothes, everything. I asked the desk clerk if she had changed her room, and he said he didn't know who I was talking about, that I was alone when I checked in.
Were you?
I just told you.
Well,
Sometimes a long, hot stage
Oh, for
ride.
heaven's sake, Sheriff, I'm not senile.
Maybe she found a traveling companion she liked better.
Is that your professional opinion?
Lady, this town...
Victoria Barkley.
All right, Victoria Barkley. Now, right now, this town is high on cattle, and the money that cattle will bring. It's like an avalanche. It don't stop to ask if you want to be part of it. It just kind of sweeps you along.
But they're telling me she doesn't even exist.
Now, why would anyone want...
I don't know!
Well, I just can't go in there.
Sheriff, people. A whole lobby full of people saw us when we checked in. Now, why are you sitting there? Question them. Make them tell you what happened to her. You're the sheriff!
No getting away from that, is there? Let's go.
Satisfied?
No. Well?
I want to look at the room, and I want to talk to...
The porter and housekeeper.
Look, Sheriff, I don't have... Humor me, George. Why don't you go out and arrest some drunks? It's more your speed, isn't it?
After I see the room. Up kind of late, ain't you, Sheriff? Man your age ought to spend as much time as he can resting.
Send up the porter and the housekeeper.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Something going on, Sheriff?
Maybe.
This lady thinks the hotel ought to supply a family as well as clean sheets.
Oh, why don't you go back to bed, Sheriff? I can handle it.
I'm up now, Hearn. I'll see it through.
When you get tired, you holler.
Bring them up to,
37.
Looks empty to me.
Exactly. A whole town is bursting at the seams. People are sleeping all over. Now, why? Why would there be a perfectly good room empty?
You got a point.
This closet. This closet. It was empty.
This is Mel Trevor's room. He's been here for the past week. I told her that.
No. This bureau here. But the bureau drawers, the cot, it was empty.
Mrs. Barkley.
It was empty.
All right, in here. I want you to help the lady.
You remember my daughter, don't you?
No, ma'am.
Oh, yes, you do. You brought her bag in here, and you put mine in the other room.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
There.
You gave me $1.
That's right.
I thought it was a lot of money for bringing up one bag.
Oh, no, two. 2 bags.
No, ma'am. One bag. Yours. I left it in room 38.
Annie, did you see the lady's daughter?
You were turning down the bed when we came in.
I haven't worked this floor all day.
But you talked to us. You smiled. You saw her. All of you saw her. You tell him. Tell him you're lying. What are you doing to me? What are you trying to do to me? No!
in the lobby.
Having a good laugh with your friends over the feeble-minded lady from Stockton?
Maybe somebody down there has seen your daughter.
Then you believe me.
I didn't say that.
Why, help me.
As you said, I'm the sheriff.
I'll go with you.
Get some rest.
I can't.
You come on as strong as you did up here, and people are bound to back off.
Oh, I won't, I promise you. Oh, please, please, she's my daughter.
All right. Just remember, you dragged me over here to ask the questions.
Tired yet, Pop?
I'll let you know. Hungry?
Oh,
When's the last time you ate?
that doesn't seem very important now.
Things always look better on a full stomach. Take it from someone who's put in a lot of hungry hours.
Come on now, Sheriff. Don't be a hog. Introduce us.
We've met.
Not formally, ma'am.
It seems you two have adjoining rooms.
Well, now that's cozy, isn't it?
What room would that be, Mel?
Well, I'll tell you, Sheriff. You asked me to sit down, and maybe I'll let you force it out of me. My name is Mel Trevor, ma'am.
The sheriff asked you what room you were in.
37.
I didn't know you were staying in town, Mel.
And I didn't know I had to tell you every move I made, Sheriff.
Just making conversation. How long's it been?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a refill? Give the lady what she wants, and give us a chance to get acquainted.
Gotta keep asking until you answer, Mel. How long have you been here?
Oh, about a week, on or off.
Get lonesome at the ranch?
Listen, I got 4,000 head of cattle out there. Bidding starts tomorrow. I gotta line up the best prices I can going in. Oh, by the way, you ought to be at the pens by dawn.
Don't think I can make it.
Why not?
Might have something a little more important than keeping the peace for a bunch of steers.
There is nothing more important in this town than steers. If anybody ought to know that, it's you. Ma'am, do you have any children?
3 sons and a daughter.
Well, maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. Cattle are a lot like some children. You spend your life taking care of them because they don't have enough sense to take care of themselves. You worry about their weight, what they eat, whether they're warm enough in the winter, cool enough in the summer. You don't really have much time for anything else. But if they grow into what you want them to be, why, I guess it was all worth it.
Where is she?
I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Well, you're obviously in on it.
Sheriff, what is she talking about?
I thought I was supposed to ask the questions.
But you're not. You're just chatting.
One swallow, that's the deal.
Well, if you let me in on this, ma'am, maybe I can help.
Steady as she goes, sailor.
Oh, he ain't no sailor, ma'am. He's just a plain everyday range bum.
Why didn't you say some of that?
You thirsty, lady?
No, but my daughter might be. The pretty blonde you danced with a few hours ago.
Frank, did I dance with a blonde girl?
Well, if you did, you sure kept it from your best friend.
You know who I mean.
No, ma'am, I don't. Once you bring her on over, I know I'd like her.
Now, what did that get you?
Is the whole town in on this? Why? What did we do?
Why don't you sit down?
What did we do to them? What did we do to them? Now you listen to me. You listen to me. My name is Victoria Barkley. My daughter's name is Audra Barkley. Now, she's missing. And a lot of you know what happened to her. And I'm going to find her. You think because I'm a woman that I'll give up, that I'll turn and run? Well, I won't. So you better get used to me. I'm staying right here until I find my daughter. I'm not leaving here until I find her, and I warn you. I warn you. She better not be hurt.
I'm a doctor, Miss Barkley. Try to calm yourself.
Get her up to her room.
No! No!
Let her be, Hearn.
She's giving the hotel a bad name.
Well, it's better than the one it's got. Now, it's all right, Mrs. Barkley.
No! Oh, no.
I'm going to give you something to help you rest.
No, I don't want to rest.
Now, listen to me, ma'am. Just listen. Now, just dry your eyes and relax.
No.
Let her alone. Let her alone.
You're in on this, too.
It's all right, folks. It's all right. The lady's a little disturbed. The doc will take care of her. Hey, go ahead with what you're doing. The stage is here. They're holding it for you.
Let it go. I'm not leaving.
We need the room.
Got your bag.
I found somebody who knows Audra was with me.
Thought we had that all settled.
The stage driver. He drove us all the way from Salt Springs. Where is he?
There he is.
Oh, no, not him.
Oh, you mean that tall,
Yes,
burly-headed?
yes.
Yeah, he's halfway to Denver by now.
Yes, but he knows Audra.
I don't know what the doctor gave you, but it really worked. You slept clear through, Mrs. Barkley. You're a day behind the rest of us.
Where's the sheriff?
Well, most folks come to me with their problems.
I'll take my chances with him.
He can't do nothing for you. He's a tired old man. Well, he gets out of breath just pulling on his boots. Now, let's go back to the hotel and pack your bags and make sure you're on this stage.
Got your ticket, Mrs. Barkley? You'll need it for the stage.
How many ways do I have to say it? I am not leaving. Yes, I have my ticket. Yes, I have my ticket, and I have Audra's. Now, if I were traveling alone, why would I have 2 tickets to the same place?
Can you answer the lady's question, Hearn? Neither can I.
Now do you believe me?
Well, let's just say I don't doubt you so much.
All right, where do we start?
Guess the best place would be where you lost her. A hotel.
You won't find nothing there except trouble.
What kind of trouble, Hearn?
Kind you can't afford.
A man can afford most anything when he's got nothing to lose.
Well, how about the lady here? From where I'm standing, looks like she's got a lot to lose. Awful lot.
Let's go.
Oh, you're going all right. You just might have company.
Nice and quiet for a change. Bidding started today. Everybody's out at the pens, where I ought to be.
Mr. Trevor's looking for you.
Matter of fact.
Wants you out at the pens.
Later.
You won't like that.
I'm not one of Mel Trevor's steers.
Aren't you?
You know, George, something is nagging at me.
Well, the doc is in room 7.
It's a riddle. A real puzzler.
Not interested.
You're part of it.
Still not interested.
Now, you said that Mrs. Barkley's daughter didn't register, so she was never in this hotel.
That's right.
Everybody who stays in this hotel must register, right?
That's the rule, Sheriff.
Mel Trevor's name ain't in your book. Does that mean he was never in this hotel?
He didn't have to sign the register.
It's the rule, Mr. Gates.
Maybe in all the rush to get his things into the girl's room, it just slipped everybody's mind.
Excuse me, I have work to do.
I hope you can do it in my office, George.
What?
You're under arrest.
On what charge?
Keeping sloppy books.
You can't do that.
Watch me.
I'm not going, Sheriff.
Well, after what you've told me, you need protection.
I didn't tell you anything.
Didn't you?
No.
You're a very nervous man, George. Everybody knows that.
No, yeah.
Least little pressure and you just break wide open. But you're my possum. I'm going to dangle you at the end of my rope and see what starts nibbling.
I just do what I'm told. I hand out the keys and I sort the mail. And I laugh when someone tells a joke that I've heard 100 times, because that's what I am. I'm a desk clerk. It isn't much of a life, but it's all I've got. Please, please don't take it away from me.
And where is she?
You make you understand. They'll kill me.
If you don't scare yourself to death first.
No. No, no. No!
George!
No!
We're just in the line of duty, Sheriff. Can't take chances with a man running from the law.
Or talking to it.
Well, lucky thing you weren't first out the door. Or you, little lady.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You know, that was a warning. It was telling everybody to keep quiet or they'd wind up like Gates. And they was telling us to back off or we'd wind up that way.
Sheriff, if the whole town is in on this, why didn't they tell you about it?
Guess maybe they figured if I knew, I wouldn't sound too convincing. Well, that's only part of it. More important, they knew I wouldn't do nothing if I did believe you.
They were wrong.
Not by much. Last night, you said they thought you'd turn and run because you was a woman. You don't have to wear skirts to do that. It's just what I want to do. Get out to those pens and mine Mel Trevor's cattle for him.
They don't think very much of you, do they? I mean, the deputy, Trevor, and all the rest.
They got a right. You see, this town, this territory makes its living off of cattle. Prime stock bringing prime prices. When the bidding's over and the money's been collected, everybody puts it in the bank for safekeeping.
You don't have to tell me.
You ought to know who you're getting stuck with. Last year, 3 men made a withdrawal, using their guns for collateral. They cut the bank clerk down because his hands were shaking so bad he couldn't load the money fast enough. He was about my age, and he was an old man, no match for the 3 of them. Looking down at him, I knew I wasn't either. And it froze me. The first time in my life, I was scared of dying. I got on my horse, and I rode the other way. So the ranchers formed a posse, but they'd waited too long for me to lead them. They come up empty, and those 3 fellas ain't been found yet.
But you're still a sheriff.
When I got back, they wanted to lynch me. Sometimes I wish they had. Instead, they hired Hearn to be my deputy and told him he'd be sheriff when my term was up. I got 3 months to go.
Then what?
Was a pretty good sheriff once. Town voted me the use of 25 acres near the river. That totals out about an acre a year. It's Trevor's land.
And he can take it back.
Anytime he wants.
He's part of all this.
Well, now, that's my worry. Why don't you go back to the hotel? I'll be close by.
I practically know your life story, but I don't know your name.
It's Kingston, ma'am. Roy Kingston.
I'm very pleased to know you, Mr. Kingston.
Sure hope you say that when this is all over.
Who is it?
Kingston.
Sheriff, I know where Audra is.
So do I.
Trevor. Now, he gave me this handkerchief last night. It has Audra's perfume on it.
I wired Stockton
Didn't you
last
hear
night.
me?
This
Trevor
just came...
has Audra.
Read it.
Don't you... Oh, no. No, that's a lie.
Your son's name's Jared, isn't it?
Yes, but they tell her...
Audra, safe and sound. Tell Mother to hurry home. We all miss her. Signed, Jared Barkley.
Oh. They finally got to you two, didn't they?
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh, Audra. Oh, Audra. Why? Why did you do this to me?
Mrs. Barkley?
She's done this before.
Done what?
Run away.
Your daughter ran away?
In Salt Springs, the last stop we made. I refused to believe it because I didn't want to believe it. It's very hard sometimes for a mother to admit the truth about her daughter, but...
Well, it's not so bad. After all, she's home now. Everything's all right.
Yes. Yes, she's home. And I want to go home, too. What time does the next stage leave?
Couple of hours.
I'll be on.
You sure?
I just want to go home. I'm sorry I caused all this trouble.
Oh, we understand, Mrs. Barkley.
It was foolish of me.
Well, we all let our imaginations run away from us sometime.
Sheriff, thank you. Thank you very much for everything.
Hey!
Well, Roy, everything's fine, and nobody got hurt.
You don't count Gates.
I don't.
Strain your elbow. You keep bending it like that, Roy.
Mrs. Barkley's still stuck in his craw.
We had to do it, you know that.
Sure, I know that.
And why fight it? It'll be over soon.
That's supposed to make it any easier?
Keep your voice down.
Oh, come on, Mel. We don't have any secrets around here. We're just one big, happy family.
Listen to me, you drunken bum. In 3 months, you're gonna come crawling to me, begging for those 25 acres.
Trying to forget that.
Well, don't you forget it. Because I can still say no. Look at you. You're an old man. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go without me, without my land, without my charity?
Think that over.
I'll be in the office.
And Sheriff, don't fall apart again, because there'll be nobody around to pick up the pieces.
We should have taken care of him a long time ago.
You'll get his badge soon enough.
Is this her food?
Yes, Doctor.
Where's Mr. Trevor?
I don't know.
All right, we'll take the tray on down to her.
I'm not going down there.
Take it down. What's the hurry?
I thought you left town.
I forgot something.
What?
Something I left with the porter. Excuse me.
I think we'd better tell the sheriff.
Yeah, good idea.
Audrey. 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 Oh, what did they do to you? What did they...
I don't see why we have to move her. Doc says one more night down here might finish her.
But supposing somebody sees us?
Everybody's drunk or tired. All we have to do is be careful. She's gone. She couldn't have gone far. Not in her condition.
You couldn't even buy your own lie.
Oh, please, please, let us go. She's very ill.
So are you, Mrs. Barkley. Don't hold out too much hope for your recovery.
You're not like them.
Look again.
You let go of that thing, you'll wake up everybody.
Right. We'll take him out of town. Nobody will hear anything out at the Ophir mine.
Well, keep him out of circulation for a few days. That was the deal.
Mrs. Barkley just canceled that deal. She's one of the most respected women in the state. When she talks, everybody listens.
But you just can't kill two people.
Well, how can we kill them, Roy? Mrs. Barkley left town hours ago. Her daughter wasn't even here. Isn't that what she told you?
Yeah, but...
We don't know where they went. Nobody else will either.
Oh, you're quite a businessman, aren't you, Mr. Trevor? Tell me, how do you buy a man's soul for 25 acres of land near the river?
That's all I've got.
But is it all you want?
Get the rig and bring it out back. Unlock the rear door.
Go ahead, Sheriff. Go ahead, do it. Pretend we never existed. You can do that. What do two strangers mean to a man who doesn't even care about himself? All it takes is...
Shut up!
Oh!
Back off, Mel! Get the rig! That's a card you go, Hearn.
trying to save herself. That's what we're all trying to do, ain't it? Roy, the girl has anthrax. You know what that means. Nobody will touch our cattle. We'll be right back where we were a year ago, starving to death. A full belly ain't worth their lives. A few more days, it'll all be over. Cattle would be sold, and nobody would know. I'll know, Mel.
Stay put.
I feel fine.
You'll feel even better when Nick and Jared get here tomorrow, if you stay put.
What am I going to do with her?
Listen.
Did I give the cattle anthrax?
No, ma'am. Humans can't give it.
No, they can only get it.
Well, then why did they kidnap me?
If the buyers knew there was anthrax in the area, they wouldn't touch those cattle. The cattlemen around here'd go broke.
Why didn't you tell me you were ill, Audra?
Well, I thought I was only tired from the trip. And I didn't want to worry you, so I asked the desk clerk to send up the doctor. After he examined me, he gave me a shot, and I went to sleep and woke up in that cellar.
Well, it's over now. And as long as we have to stay here for a couple of days, we might as well be comfortable.
I'll see you before you leave.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank your mother. She's got a painful sense of right and wrong.
Are you sorry?
No. Gave me another chance. Another 3 fellas riding around out there with something that don't belong to them. And I got 3 months to get it back.
You will.
Howdy, friend. Morning.
Oh.
Wait a minute, honey. Wait a minute. Yeah. Dropped your Bible. You better hurry along now. You're gonna be late for church.
Thank you.
Hey, you! Stop!
Get a doctor.
It's Floyd Strider. They busted him out.
You got it.
Told you we would.
Have any trouble?
He's just busting you out of jail.
What happened to his leg? I don't know, Floyd. He was all right when we picked him up.
Yeah, well, he's lame now.
Maybe we'll leave him here.
Yeah. They will put that pack on your back. You stay with it, partner. You'll earn yourself a mess of sugar. Come on, let's ride.
Didn't expect you boys this fast. You must have rid with furs under your blankets.
Well, I hope you got some fresh horses. Ours are finished.
A few hours of daylight left. We'll have to be saddled up and out of here as soon as we can.
Say, that was some excitement you folks had over in Stockton. Them Striders busting their brother Floyd out of jail in broad daylight.
About those horses.
Too bad about the sheriff and the deputy, though.
Well, now, mister, we sure would like to jaw with you, but we got to get moving.
Moving?
Yeah.
Oh, you got plenty of time. You're supposed to wait right here. I got this telegraph just a few minutes ago from the sheriff in Stockton. You know who's coming to lead your posse? Seth Campbell, that's who.
Seth Campbell?
I bet you never thought you'd see the day you'd be riding with him now, did you?
I saw him in Carson City, over 20 years ago. Him just a-walking down the street kept those tin horns in the straight and narrow.
Wait till I tell my boy. He reads about Seth Campbell in them dime novels.
Well, I remember him when I was, about that high. He's wearing luck.
If we wait another hour or two, it'll be dark. We'll be stuck here till morning.
We've been ordered to wait.
Just a couple of minutes ago, you were ready to saddle up and ride out.
Well, now, that was before I heard that Seth Campbell was joining us. Now, we may lose a day, but he'll make up for it and then some.
We may lose a lot more.
Here he comes.
I'm Seth Campbell.
Yes, Marshal. I'm Link Haynes, station manager. And I just want to say, well, I'm awful proud.
Pleasure, Mr. Haynes. This is my son, Seth Jr. He came along to learn the trade.
Well, it's mighty fine.
Howdy.
I'll take your horses. These men here, they're your posse.
Thank you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening, sir.
This is my son, Seth Jr.
Howdy.
Hi, Seth. No, it's been a long time since I led a posse. Pencil pushers in Washington have had me transporting federal prisoners lately. As a matter of fact, I was on my way by train to pick up Floyd Strider when his brothers beat me to it.
Mighty nice to have you with us, Marshal.
Well, it's a pleasure to be... Say, don't I know you?
Nick Barkley.
Not Victoria Barkley's boy.
That's right, sir.
Well, it's been a long time since I saw you on the ranch years ago. You weren't more than yay high. How's your mother?
Fine, sir, fine.
Fine's the word. Victoria Barkley's a fine woman.
Let me introduce you to posse. This is Jack Wilson.
Mr. Wilson?
Marshal.
Mike Owens.
Mr. Owen.
My pleasure.
Jess Curry.
Curry.
Hello, Marshal.
And back here's my brother Heath.
Well, it's always a pleasure to meet a Barkley. Well, let's get down to business, gentlemen. You'll raise your right hands, I'll swear you in as deputies. Stand up, please, Mr. Barkley. Raise your right hand. Do you all solemnly swear to defend the Constitution of the United States and California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
I will.
Well, now the way I see it, the Striders will head for Nevada over the Sierras.
That's the way we figured it.
Now, from the look of their tracks, they've got an extra animal with them, probably a pack horse. They've also got a lame horse, so they'll be looking for a fresh one.
Well, now, they wouldn't dare show themselves in town, so they'll probably steal one from one of the outlying ranches.
Exactly. That's why I wired to every ranch within a day's ride of here to be on the lookout for them. Now, that lame horse is going to slow them down, so if we don't give them any rest, we can make up valuable ground.
Marshal, you figuring on night tracking them?
Yes, I do. As soon as those horses get up here.
Quarter moon's all we got. Just right for an ambush.
Well, I reckon a quarter moon is all I'll need, but thank you for the advice, Mr. Barkley. I'll be on the lookout for an ambush. Striders will be moving at night, and so will we.
Here's your horse, Marshal.
No paint horse for me, Mr. Haynes.
He's a mighty fine animal, Marshal.
Well, I'm sure it is, but take it back and give me another animal, will you please?
Marshal, I'll be glad to change with you.
No, thank you, Mr. Curry. I don't want a paint horse along at all. Never had but bad luck with them. You know, there's two things to remember about this job, gentlemen. It's skill and luck. Never underestimate either one of them.
Looks like that lame horse of theirs is getting worse.
That's good reading them, boy. Dismount, men. Rest the horse for a minute. Seth. Here. Loosen your cinches. Let them breathe. Don't water them. They get the collar. Fill your canteens if you want it. Well, I've been making pretty good time. No ambush yet.
Well, you called it, Marshal. No paint horse. Maybe we've been lucky so far.
I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way I feel. Hey, I don't remember seeing you at the Barkley Ranch when I was there years ago.
I wasn't there as a boy.
Oh?
I grew up in Strawberry.
Yeah. But you know, I feel that I've met you someplace before. Is that possible?
5 years ago, I rode with you up in Placer County.
Why, sure. Sure. Yeah, that was Johnny Rote and his gang. We nailed him pretty good, didn't we? Well, we did, didn't we?
That's right, Marshal. You sure did.
No, we did. And we're going to do it again, son, if we all stick together. Right?
Maybe.
You know, it's a funny thing. People all over this country have put their faith in me from time to time, and the way I read it, you've got no faith in me at all. None at all.
Heath, so you've ridden with Seth Campbell before, huh?
Yeah. Just how come you never mentioned it? I was working on a farm up in Placer County about 5 years ago. Campbell comes riding in with a posse after the road gang. I guess I couldn't wait to be the first in line to join up, ride with the great Seth Campbell.
So? All right, let's ride.
Guess we better be going.
I loosened your cinch.
Floyd, Jeet, this no good pack horse is slowing us down.
He's right, Floyd. The horse is hatched.
All right, quit your beefing. Stop here and rest him a while.
Floyd, we're not getting anywhere this way. Why don't we just lose that old plug permanently?
Listen, that horse is carrying something worth slowing down for. You better see nothing happens to him either. It'll be your hide.
It'll be my hide. Floyd, at least you forget. Me and Luke, we quit the army just to come out here and break you out of jail. Now, you're joining me just like that Buck Sergeant did. You know, we'd have been better off to stay there on the post. We ate regular and we got paid and we didn't have to run around.
Why don't you go right on back there, then?
Now, Floyd, you know I can't do that. After sticking a knife in that sergeant, if I ever got near that post...
All right! And I don't want to hear no more about how good you had it in the army. The only reason you joined up anyway because the law in 3 states was out looking for you.
Well, anyway, what about that horse's leg? What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to try for the nearest ranch, and we're going to get ourselves some new animals. If that leg gives out first, well, we'll think of something else. Come on, let's get moving.
about another one, Marshal?
Don't mind if I do. Here, boy. Just don't tell the temperance ladies on you, Daddy.
I won't if you don't.
Well, to get back to the story and finish her up. There we were. Old Bull Kimball and me staring down each other's gun barrels. No more than 5 foot apart. And the place was crowded with folks. I said, Bull, put down your iron or I'm going to have to burn you down. Knowing full well I'd never shoot in that crowd. Well, old Bull, he'd killed a couple of men in his time, but he wasn't pure mean. He said, Constable, tell you what, let's you and me arm wrestle. You put my knuckles down on the wood, I'll go peaceable. But you lose. You give me 2 hours to get out of town. Well, I wasn't much older than young Seth Jr. here. Weighed about 15 pounds less, but I was a cocky young buck in them days.
Well, what happened, Marshal?
Well, Bull got his 2 hours, but I had him in custody in 3. I can tell you, I practiced my arm wrestling after that. You know, it's a great sport. Hey, gentlemen. What about it? Any takers?
No, thank you.
Oh, gentlemen, come on now. Mr. Curry, huh?
All right. I'll have a go at it.
All right, sir.
Heath, how about you moving?
There we go. Yeah. All right. On 3, huh? 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Curry.
Well done, sir. I thought you had me there at the beginning.
Oh, it was a pleasure, Marshal. Believe me, a pleasure.
Well, who's next? Nick Barkley, how about you?
No. I think I better pass this time, Marshal.
Heath Barkley. Come on, boy. Roll up your sleeve. Let's go.
If you don't mind, Marshal, I think I'll pass too.
Pa, it's getting late. You had a hard ride. Why don't we turn in?
Well, son, I brought you along on this posse, but not as my nursemaid. Come on, boy. Let's go.
No thanks, Marshal.
Oh, can't let's get away with that. You got a stout right arm there. Let's get at it.
Oh, come on, Heath. It's no shame to get beaten by Seth Campbell. Kind of an honor, I'd say. Heath, he don't fight nobody under 80.
How's about if we break the Marshal's right arm, Heath?
Both arms?
Oh, no. Let up on him, men. Let up on him. Heath may have good reasons for not wanting to indulge in a little arm wrestling. Personal reasons, maybe. Care to let us in on them? Or are they too personal?
All right, Marshal.
Good. Go, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm all right, sir.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you fellas, but time for another round. Marshal?
No, put the bottle away. Want your men to get some sleep. Seth, you stand guard. We'll be riding in 2 hours.
The Marshal's a mighty proud man. He ain't used to losing. You had to take him down a notch, didn't you? I hope you're satisfied.
Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. It's a trap. Now we're gonna rush him. Stay down.
Pa? Take it easy, Pa. It's me. Well, let me have that. Let me have the gun. Oh, boy. Boy. Are you all right? Now take it easy, Pa. Here.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's get back. You need a little sleep, that's all.
Fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine.
Okay, let's go. Come on.
I'm fine.
We heard something out here. What's going on?
It's all right. It's okay. Pa had a touch of pneumonia here a few weeks back. He was pretty sick. And those drinks he had tonight, they didn't help him much. But he'll be all right. He'll be just fine when he gets a little sleep. Pa?
One of us is going to take over the watch.
I'll do it.
All right, Owens.
Pa, you know, maybe you shouldn't have come on this posse. But the doc said you needed more rest.
Son, I had to come on this posse. I don't know how many more posses I got left. I wanted you to come with me to give you the feel of things while I still had the chance.
I know that, but you got to take care of your
There are
health.
only two things in this world that mean anything to me, boy. You and the way I do my job. Now, that's all I've got to leave you. What I know about being a lawman.
Look, you've given me enough already, Pa. I just hope I can do as good as you.
You're going to be better than me. I know that. But I've got to teach you while I still got the chance. Do you understand that, son?
Sure, Pa, I understand.
Turned out to be quite a trip, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm better off here than I would be in town. That Jack Purdy talked me into squiring his cousin to the social tonight.
What'd she look like?
Oh, no, never saw her. I do know one thing. If she looks anything like the rest of them Purdys, I'm better off on this posse. Marshal Campbell. Could be his kid's right, you know. Old man, long, hard ride, just over a bout with pneumonia, too much to drink. He'll be fit as ever by morning after a good night's sleep.
Could be.
You don't think so, huh?
I don't think so.
Heath, what is wrong with you? You've been dropping hints all along and running away from them.
That posse in Placerville. I never was really quite sure in my own mind what happened there. So I never said anything.
You were after the road gang.
Like the marshal said, we nailed him, all right. But what he didn't say was we lost 3 good men doing it.
Oh, that happens, Heath. It happens.
Nick, I don't think those 3 men had to die.
So you're blaming Campbell?
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just trying to think it through, see it as it was. There was the Rhodes ready to surrender. There was Campbell, yelling, "Take 'em, get 'em, take 'em, they're ready for the taking." It was like he wanted to fight. It was like he was out of his mind.
Now, you could be dead wrong about that, Heath.
I could be.
You know, the road gang is a pretty tricky bunch. You don't hold up a dozen banks and get away clean, you know. Could be the old man thought they were setting a trap for him. Or maybe he knew something you didn't know.
Maybe. Maybe if I'd tried stopping him, those 3 men wouldn't be dead.
Get some sleep.
All right, boys, drink up. Let's get going. Today's the day we bring in the Striders.
Feeling better this morning, Marshal?
All right, let's get going before that trail gets cold. Oh, Wilson, I take a look at your horse. You better check his left rear shoe. Seems loose to me. Oh, and put that fire on.
Well, he looks to be in pretty good control of things.
Yep, looks to be.
Lloyd,
This animal's all give out.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have to get rid of him.
What are you going to do about that pack?
You're going to ride up ahead to one of them ranches and come back with another horse. 2 if you can. Now get moving.
All right, fine. See you.
All right, come on. Help me get that pack onto my horse. I'd be nice and careful now. We're going to need this baby.
Riders coming up from behind us. I seen them from the top of the ridge. I don't know how many of them there are. Too far away.
That'll be the posse coming out of Stockton. We better get out of here. Turn that animal loose, Luke. Let me up behind you, Jeep.
All right.
Boys, the trail's heating up. What do you make of these tracks, huh?
Well, there's only 3 horses now, Pa.
You telling me they split up?
No, I'd say that they got rid of that lame pack animal of theirs. They probably shifted whatever it was carrying on to one of the others. That's 2 men are riding double now.
That's right as rain. You got a tractor's eyes, huh? Now, men, we'll be tangling with them soon. Now, some of you that haven't ridden posse are probably a little nervous right about now. But don't be, because once you get into it, it'll pass, believe me. The important thing is to do what I tell you. Remember, I've been at this for 33 years. Now, just have faith in me and do like I tell you. All right, let's ride. Looks like the end of the trail's a ghost town.
You sure put them in our laps, Marshal.
You're going to be mighty surprised.
I don't know about that. I don't like those 3 horses out there, just like nobody had a care in the world. We'll dismount. We'll go up on foot. That's a Gatling gun. Wilson! Hurry.
I want you to take up your positions on the other side of the wall over there when I give you the word. And then when we start firing, jump the wall and rush them. Seth and I'll follow you. The Barkleys will cover us and then come up and help us finish them off. All right, go. Get ready.
Marshal, there's no cover out there. They'll be cut out.
We're not going to let them get away. We're going to rush them now.
Well, they're not going to get away. Their horses are back there. At least wait till dark.
I gave those men a lawful order, and by heaven, they're going to carry it out. We're going to rush them. Now get ready.
Marshal, we'll get those men, but rushing a Gatling gun in broad daylight is suicide.
You've been given a lawful order. Now carry it out.
Chance. You can't move out there. Kept going. Marshal, you saw what happened.
Maybe he's right, Pa.
Don't you turn coward on me, boy. I take care of my men.
That gun's already killed 2 of them, Marshal.
Seth, you and me are going to rush them. Let's go.
Hold it, Marshal.
You know what you're doing, don't you? You're interfering with a federal officer in performance of his duty. Nick, try and talk some sense into him.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Marshal. He's right. I've got to go along with him.
Suit yourself. You shoot me, it'll be in the back, boy. This is still my posse, and my boy and I are going in there. Come on, son.
Pa? I didn't want to have to do that.
Now listen, boy. 2 men are dead because of that gun. We keep rushing it head on, we're all going to be dead.
We're gonna need some help.
Jess, get down the other end of this wall and give him something to worry about. Seth, let's get down to Swanson's ranch. It's about 10 miles down the road. Let's go in Swanson and give us some help.
What about my pa?
Oh, wait a minute. Nobody's going anywhere. This is still my posse.
Oh, you take it easy. I'm going for help.
Nobody's going anywhere.
Stay here. I'm going.
No, you're not, son. Give me a son. Carry it back.
It's not your posse anymore, Marshal.
Boy.
Look here.
Yeah. Looks like they're going for help. Yeah, we better clean out what's left of them fast. Now, when I start firing, you bust out, see if you can flank them. Now move, I'll cover you.
All right. You want me out of here? All right. I'll ride out of here. It's your posse now. And may God help you both.
Curry's hit. Is it bad?
I don't know.
He's dead. Well, we got things to do. Gotta get these bodies back into town. Round up the horses, gather the men. Where's Seth Jr.?
He was sent back for help.
Help! Oh, yes. I remember. Let's get busy. Come on, give me a hand.
Your son is dead, Marshal.
Just turned 18. Wanted to be a lawman. Was so happy being with me. Give me a hand, will you? All the Striders are dead. Wilson, Owens, and my son. I'll tell you what happened as soon as you get this man to a doctor. He's hurt badly. Now I'll tell you what happened. This man, Heath Barkley, aided and abetted by his brother here, disobeyed my orders, attacked me physically, and took over the posse.
Heath Barkley, Nick?
Yes, and I'm preferring charges against both of them for preventing me from doing my duty.
Marshal, you know what happened up there.
Furthermore, my son's death was due directly to their act. I want you to arrest these men, Sheriff. Charge is murder.
Seth.
Victoria. Good to see you. Won't you sit down? I had hoped to call on you, Victoria, but somehow, after all this...
Seth, I wanted you to know how badly I feel, how badly my whole family feels about your son.
He was a good boy. He always tried to do the right thing. That's the way he died. I knew you'd understand, Victoria, because you've always been an understanding woman. I remember your kindness to me the first time we met. Do you remember where that was?
Emily Fletcher's party.
I was a big, clumsy youngster. So shy I didn't dare look at a girl, and then you came over and you put me at my ease. Before the evening was over, you taught me how to dance. You came here to talk about your sons, didn't you?
Seth, I want you to drop these charges against my boys.
I can't do that.
But you've got them up for murder. They're not murderers.
What they did amounted to murder.
They did what they thought was their duty.
Their duty. Interfering with the proper authority. Attacking an officer trying to do his job. Was that their duty?
At the time they took over, were you really the proper authority?
Well, at the time they took over, I had a commission as a federal officer. I had warrants for the Strider brothers' arrest in my pocket. And I had duties that I was sworn to carry out. Yes, I'd say I was the proper authority.
He says...
I know what he says. But I'm interested in what you say because I respect you, Victoria. Now, after seeing me and hearing me, would you say that I look or sound like an insane man? Aren't I pretty much the same as I've always been?
Neither Heath nor I ever said you were insane, but there are such things as, well, lapses.
I don't have lapses, Victoria.
Your son is dead, killed by the Striders. Now, putting Nick and Heath in jail for the rest of their lives is not going to bring him back.
You don't understand. All my life I tried to uphold the law, and that's what I'm trying to do now. And the fact that you and I have known each other for many years cannot alter that.
My son Jared is going to be defending his brothers. Now, he'll do that in every way he can, even if it means destroying you. I beg you, Seth, I beg you, drop these charges right now. Otherwise it will wreck all our lives.
I can't do that, Victoria. See, you don't seem to understand. It isn't only your sons who are on trial here. In a way, I am too, because if they're right and I'm wrong, then I'm a crazy old man who's not fit to be a marshal. And if I can't be that, I might as well be dead.
There's another witness, Curry. Now, he'll testify that...
Jess Curry died of his wounds this morning.
I hope you understand how I feel about this case, Jared. I've always had the greatest regard for you and your family, you know that. But I've got to prosecute to the limit. That's my job. And I can tell you, it's not going to be an easy one for you.
I know that, Dave.
This business about Campbell being unbalanced. I've spent a good amount of time with him the last few days. There's nothing wrong with that man. Him go to pieces in a fight? It's hard to believe.
Well, I intend to prove that that's exactly what happened.
Oh? Well, then you're ready for court on Friday.
As a matter of fact, I've got a favor I want to ask of you.
Just a minute. You're going to ask me to agree to a postponement. I'm afraid that's impossible.
No postponement. I want you to agree to a pretrial investigation at the site of the alleged crime, just to see if it was reasonable to rush that Gatling gun.
Not so many years ago, Seth Campbell and two soldiers charged up a hill into the face of a platoon manning a battery of cannon. Now, maybe that was unreasonable, but the President of the United States personally pinned a medal on Campbell's chest.
And I say it was a different Seth Campbell in a different situation.
Different? In whose judgment? Nick's, Heath's, you, and you. If you were in a jury, would you accept their word over that of a professional soldier, a professional lawman?
Dave, all I'm asking is that we go out there and see for ourselves.
There's nothing to see, nothing. Nick and Heath claimed that it was suicide to rush that Gatling, but Campbell rushed it, and he not only survived, he killed Floyd Strider. Now, even if he'd failed, they still had no right, legal or moral, to defy his authority, because they had sworn an oath to obey him.
And what if he wasn't fit to command?
They had no right to make that judgment.
Dave, these are my brothers I'm defending. And it was at this point that you gave the order to rush that Gatling while Nick and Heath covered.
That's right.
Was that when...
That's when Heath Barkley tried to prevent my orders from being carried out.
But those orders were carried out, weren't they? The man was killed.
I object. I mean, Jared, I think you're forgetting yourself. The marshal isn't on trial here. You'll have a chance to cross-examine in court.
No, Mr. Dagler, I think it's high time that this entire thing was straightened out once and for all.
All right.
Heath, what happened next?
That's when the marshal ordered another rush.
And you thought that was a mistake?
To rush that tower in broad daylight without cover? Yes, I thought it was a mistake.
And I did too, along with Curry.
Wait a minute. He can't speak for Curry, Jared. And the rest of this is merely the opinion of your clients.
All right, let's get on with it.
By all means, Mr. Barkley. It was at that point that your brothers attacked me and took over the posse illegally.
You deny that, Heath Barkley?
No.
I really don't know what you're getting at. As far as I can see, this whole thing merely strengthens the position of the prosecution. Now, I don't mind, but you really feel you want to continue?
Yes, I do. Marshal, was your son with you when you came to?
Yes, he was.
What condition were you in?
Well, other than a slight headache, I was fine.
And that's when Seth Jr. left you.
Yes, it was. The fighting continued. Seth went for help.
What happened then?
Well, as I say, the fighting continued. And... Well, it was then that I made a resolve that I was going to get out of it. Matter of fact, I'd been physically forced to stay out of it. I decided to give the Barkleys their head. So I left. But I was still head of that posse, Mr. Barkley, and I wasn't going to let the Striders get away.
I don't see any reason to continue this. The main facts have been established.
Not quite. Seems to me we still have a question of the Gatling's field of fire. Now, I suggest that we set the conditions up as they actually were when the fighting broke out. Marshal, I've got a man up there in that tower. He's going to fire that gun on my signal. Can you remember where everyone was when you ordered them to rush that gun?
Yes, of course. Wilson and Curry, they were behind the wall there, positioned to rush. And, well, the rest of us were all right over here.
Are you sure we're safe from the bullets here?
Oh, yes, we're safe here.
Dave, are you going to tell me that a rational man would send anybody into this field of fire?
What's all this nonsense about a field of fire? When you're in a firefight, sir, you don't sit there like a rat in a trap. You attack.
That's when you mounted your horse and jumped the wall.
Yes, that's right. That's when I mounted my horse and jumped the wall, and if I hadn't, your two brothers would have been slaughtered.
Slaughtered? Heath and Nick was safe from the Gatling gun behind the wall.
Safe, were they? Well, one of the Striders had flanked them, and if I hadn't spotted them, they both would have been killed.
Nick and Heath were busy with two of the Striders. Floyd was up in the tower with the Gatling. Now, where did you spot another Strider?
Right after I'd mounted my horse. Spotted him in the alley down there. I wheeled, and I fired.
You wheeled and fired where?
There.
No, Mother. How'd it go?
He's gone. It's one of the saddest things I've ever done, putting him on that train.
How was he?
Oh, very confused. I don't think he'll ever get used to the idea that his son is gone.
Have a great career end like that.
Well, you all did the best you could. By the way, we've been invited to the Claytons for dinner tonight.
Oh? Oh, say, Nick, that reminds me.
What?
Sarah Purdy's going to be there tonight.
Oh, well, now, that's mighty fine. Just too bad I'm too tired to do much of anything.
Oh?
Well.
Well, she probably wouldn't have any time for you anyway. You're just a little bit late.
Why?
Well, since you missed that last social, she's just about had her pick of admirers.
Ha! You're not talking about the cousin of Jack Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Big green eyes, one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen.
You know, I haven't seen the Claytons for a long time. I think I'll go along.
Do tell.
That's too bad about you being tired, Nick.
Yeah, we'll be sure and give them your regrets.
Pretty green eyes, huh?
Oh, beautiful.
Heath, where do you think you're going?
Well, I'm just going up to take a bath.
I'll flip it for the tub.
Well, how come?
Well, I ain't been to Clayton's in a long time. Call it.
Well, I thought you was tired.
Tired? I want to get out among them, too. Start dancing. Call it.